Nobody looked more chill at the Hall of Fame ceremonies than Ed Reed. I like that he had his Hall of Fame jacket on. He had cigars in the pocket of the Hall of Fame jacket, I believe. And Ed Reed joins us now. Is that right, Ed? Did you have your cigars there with you?
Yes, of course. Cigars gotta come in there with me. You know, it was a part of my maturing throughout my career. You know, college to the pros. You know, I've actually told that story a few times to some aficionados in the cigar industry. You know, because I'm making my cigar. You know, in the process of trying to make my cigar, cigars have been there the whole time.
Who did you meet that you wanted to meet or kind of took your breath away at the Hall of Fame ceremonies?
Mel Blunt.
Ooh.
Mel Blunt.
Man.
Just sitting, talking with him, having conversation with him, and knowing that he lives close to me, which is crazy, amazing in Atlanta. You know, and he and I talking about playing golf. You know, so I actually had a chance to do an interview about him prior to meeting him, before I even met him. So, you know, and watch him play, watch some film on Mel Blunt. So it was an honor.
And you don't realize that's a big dude to play defensive back.
Right? Right.
Ed, he looks like he could still play now. Mel Blunt's a bad. Did he have his cowboy hat on?
Of course, man.
Yeah.
I've heard stories already. It's like everywhere Mel Blunt go, you will see that cowboy hat.
Yeah, he was a bad dude. If you could, who do you think's the best defensive back of all time?
The best defensive back of all time. If you watch Emlyn Tunnell film, you know you get an idea like he was a safety ahead of his time. You know, after I've seen his film, I was blown away by it. You know, I think Johnny Robinson was ahead of his time as well. The plays he was making, though, you know, the scheme wasn't the same. You know, so I don't know, man. That's a tough question to answer. It really is a tough question because, one, you know, we play a team sport. I always say that. And for two, there was just so many greats. You know what I mean? With even from Mel Blunt to Ronnie Lott, you know, to Deion Sanders, Rod Woodson, you know, Charles Woodson, who's coming up soon. You know, that's a lot of argument there.
Is it weird to? I mean, you belong in the Hall of Fame, but like, was there any moment where you're standing up there going, "I'm in the Hall of Fame"? Like I'm.
Yeah. You know, when I heard that speech by my dad, my brother, you know, and just being back there and on that red carpet, about to walk across, looking across at my dad, you know, and seeing tears come out his eye, man, it was surreal, man. It really was, Dan.
You thank Bill Belichick by mistake in your Hall of Fame speech. Did you laugh about it? Did you know that you were
Not
thanking
at all.
Belichick?
No. Like a lot of that was just there in the moment. You know, a lot of it was just there in the moment as I was enjoying the whole weekend. You know, I really wanted that speech to be a bit raw. I knew it would be a bit raw. You know, and then after, like I said, after my dad's video, you know, it just kind of just poured on out on the appreciation, you know, of a lot of people who helped me to get better and have success in the NFL.
What was your relationship like with Tom Brady when you played?
It was a quiet one, believe it or not. You know, always a lot of respect, you know, for each other. You know, Tom always showed a lot of respect as he, DM'd me and hit me in the messages on IG, you know, and I hit him back. So, you know, it's always kind of been that long distance thing, man, you know, with Brady, you know, but soon he'll be a teammate, you know, so I'm sure Belichick is right behind him, you know, in the Hall of Fame because I'm on a different team now and, you know, we seem to be recruiting these days.
Do you want to coach with the Patriots? Have you had an offer from Belichick to coach?
No, just he and I had a conversation about me. I told him I thought about putting in an offer to take his DB job. and he was blown away by that. But I don't know. You know, I know that coach would be somebody I wouldn't mind learning to be a better coach. Though I learned so much from watching him, you know, and understanding, knowing, you know, after winning the championship, you know, knowing what it took to win a championship. You know, I mean, I had a lot of the coach ear, should I say, when I played. And I think coaches could attest to that on the conversations we've had. You know, Harbaugh told you, like, the relationship that we have, should I say now, you know, have a lot of respect for Coach for what he's done. You know, so just watching Coach Belichick over the years, you know, interviews, his book, you know, reading his book and just how he conducted, you know, things for his team helped me to be a better leader, you know, on my team.
He said, Reed, the Ravens Hall of Fame safety, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. Toughest opponent, any position you faced?
Toughest opponent, man, it's got to be. It was no doubt about it. The running backs I played against in the AFC North, you know, and in some of the AFC, you know, we had a bunch of great running backs, you know, from the Jerome Bettis, who's a Hall of Famer, you know, the Corey Dillon for Cincinnati, you know, it was just so many guys that I played against. You know, I remember playing against T.J. Duckett, having to tackle him one-on-one on the sideline.
Man, he was a big guy.
Oh, man, he was huge, man. He was huge. And he broke. I can remember he broke out on the left sideline, the defensive left sideline in Atlanta. And I had to tackle him by myself, man, you know. So there's a lot of respect for running backs. Obviously, the receivers, you know, these guys were handfuls. You know, Chad Johnson twice a year, Plexico Barris, you know, Hines Ward. Hines Ward was definitely my nemesis on the football field, without a doubt.
What kind of running back would you have made, Ed? Because whenever you had an interception, you weren't content with just an interception. You wanted to score a touchdown, and you were really good at it.
Yeah, I mean, I played a little running back in high school, but it wasn't my position. You know, I give that to other guys, though. I wouldn't have backed down from it if I'd have played running back. You know, I love the ball in my hand. Obviously, you saw that when I caught an interception. It was about getting in the end zone. And you know, honestly, Dan, man, I wanted to play defense. You know, I played quarterback too and receiver, but I wanted to play defense. Why? Because those guys didn't know how to tackle.
How much do you love your Hall of Fame bust?
Oh, Dan, you know, Mr. Buswell, Mr. Blair Buswell and his wife does such an awesome job with that. I knew it was going to look like that, you know, and I was proud of it. Like it really showed who I am for one, but that was me during my career. You know, that was me during football. You know, anyone who know me, you know I always have hair on my head. When I came into the league, and went to Baltimore, as I did go leading up to the Hall of Fame, the day I got drafted, I had braids in my head. If you ever got a picture of it, I had braids, and by the end of the night, I had took the braids out, you know, and it was kind of a Miami thing that we used to do. I actually posted it on my Instagram, my hair blown out, and next day I had to fly to Baltimore. I flew to Baltimore. And I remember Ozzie looking at me like, "Oh Lord, who are we drafting?" Because my hair was all over my head. And if you go back to my draft day interview with the Ravens, I got on a Ravens collar shirt, all Ravens coaches collar shirt, and the Ravens coaches slack. You know, so I came into this league a coach, believe it or not. And so they asked me to braid my hair. Miss Val, the secretary at the facility, braided my hair. You know, so fast forward to the Hall of Fame, I did the same thing, took my hair out because I always had my hair out when I played sports, when I played football, you know, and it was just something a part of me, you know, and that bust Mr. Blair did was phenomenal, you know, work that he did for that art, that
it looked great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
By the way, edreedfoundation.org. You can find out what he's doing with it, doing wonderful things. A park is being built in Ed's childhood neighborhood. It was a great speech, Ed, incorporating your parents and all the people who played a role in all of this and getting you to this final result with the Hall of Fame. It was wonderful to see, and maybe we'll have a cigar here down the road.
Sounds good, man. I'll see you at the Havana.
Thank you, Ed. Havana Room in New York City. Danettes have been there.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.